Hey, I'm in Brooklyn, a little bit sweaty, just been to CrossFit South Brooklyn, which was really good fun. All right, the joys of recruiting builders. At the moment, we're about to do quite a major amount of work, about £1 million worth of building work, and we want to recruit the right set of builders to do those jobs for us. We want it done efficiently, on time, to budget, with good paperwork. Anybody who's experienced has probably just fell over laughing right now, but honestly, I want it done efficiently, on time, to budget, with correct paperwork. So in order to do that, we got to recruit. Now, I am fortunate that I'm hanging out here in New York. I'm in Brooklyn at the moment. I'm hanging out with my sister who lives here. And Connor, who's our intern architectural student, has got the job of recruiting builders. So I haven't told him, find me a builder. I've told him, find me 25 builders. And as a result, I've actually given him an additional task, which is interview minimum 100 builders. And the reason for that is I want it on time, with the correct paperwork, efficiently done, to budget. And that's going to be funny. Look at these. I quite like, I've just been to CrossFit, and so I'm in a kind of industrial area right now. And of course my property head is like, ooh, wouldn't it be fabulous? But one step at a time. So recruiting builders, recruiting anybody, it's a numbers game, and there's no point pretending otherwise. What do we want the builders to do? We want them to be easy to work with. We want them to deliver paperwork. We want them to be experienced. We want them to be available, and yet not so available that they're desperate, if you see what I mean, i.e. they don't have any work lined up, i.e. they're not very good. So I've given Connor the task of interviewing 100 builders, and I want him to find a short list down to 25. Now, he may have to interview more than 100 to get down to 25. I suspect he probably will, but I've given him 100 to kick off with, just to see where we get to. Oh, I love this. Look, that's such a dinky car. And then what I've told him to do is I want him to get recommendations from the builders, so 2 people who recommend them. I want him to get their whatever professional body they belong to, like whether it doesn't, whatever, whether it's Federation of Master Builders or whatever, whether they're primarily electricians or plumbers or whatever. Identify their professional body membership number so that he can cross-reference and make sure they actually are a member. And then I want him to get a copy of their public liability insurance. Now you'd be like, Suze, well, why don't you just get that once the builders are working for you? Well, the reality is I'm testing a couple of things, aren't I? I'm testing, can they deliver paperwork? So let's eliminate those that can't even, on first recruitment strategy, deliver the paperwork, i.e. their insurance and their membership number. Because straight away, if they can't deliver that paperwork, they're definitely going to be pretty crap at delivering other paperwork. And that's why Connor's got to interview at least 100 builders to get it down to a kind of long list of 25. And then from that 25, we'll pick 3, because we've actually got 16 projects we need to do. So we'll kind of divide it into 5 projects each, because I don't want to have more than 3 working relationships. Of those 3, I expect 1 to not go well and 2 to go reasonably well, so that 2 will pick up the 3rd project person who kind of screws up. That's how you keep your business pretty smooth. And I've been there, if you're down to the point where you don't have very many builders or plumbers or anything else on your list, then you're a bit stuck really, aren't you? But if you've got tons and tons and tons of people on your list that you've pre-interviewed, and then you kick off and really kick off the building work, you're not really in any kind of difficulty if somebody goes wrong, which inevitably it will. So I've got 2 choices. I do the recruitment now, or I do the recruitment later. I choose me being in Brooklyn to do the recruitment now. Connor being in Bristol. Good luck, Connor.